What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Grates Barbecue. I'm Big Ed. Glad to be back with you guys. Hey, man, we got something delicious going on today. We are smoking some oxtails on the Lone Star Grill 3036. Some are on this plan down for you. We're going to go ahead and get these things washed, seasoned up. We're going to parboil them just to get a little bit of that impurities off of them, season them up. And today, guys, we're smoking with two kinds of oak, white oak and red oak. So, hey, man, after we got these things smoked up, we're going to put together a nice braising liquid using some beef stock, some freshly cut vegetables, and some additional seasonings just to keep these things packed full of flavor. And you know this is going to be fire. So stick around. We're about to get into this cook. All right, guys. So these are our oxtails. And as you can see, some look pretty good. Like this one, you really don't have to do anything on this one. When you have something like this, though, you definitely want to cut away some of this fat and get some more, trim this down and make it just make it look nice. And this right here is good. Just kind of turn this around for you. Got some fat on there, not too much. That's good enough. So this is our oxtails all nice and trimmed up. And our next step is to go ahead and get them washed up real nice and good with some salt, water, and vinegar. All right, guys, so when you if you're gonna parboil yours, again, this is totally optional. This is just the way that we we do our oxtails when we clean them. It's real short. I got this, see this film, that's what we're trying to kind of remove. And I got an ice bath over here, so I'm gonna take these oxtails out and I'm gonna throw them right into the ice bath. That's gonna stop them from cooking. All right, guys, as far as seasoning goes, this is more of a soul food seasoning profile right here. Some Lori, that seasoning salt, black pepper, onion, garlic, badia. In most cases, I wouldn't use paprika for cooking my oxtails, but since we put them on a smoker, we'll be using that just to give them that color. All right, guys, so we're going to go down with some of the seasoning salt. Just kind of want to make sure everybody get nice and happy. Next, we'll do some black pepper. And this is not no 16 mesh. This is just some regular old restaurant grade pepper. Go down with a little onion powder. Some garlic powder. We'll get a good amount of that garlic powder on there. We're going to use a little of this Badia Complete. There's some herbs, garlic, and everything else. And then for the color, you're going to come with some of this paprika. And get your hands dirty with this, man. Get everything nice and coated. Don't lose one like I did. All right, guys, so we got these things all set up on this cooling rack. Got the little one shielded from any heat using the bigger oxtails. So at this point, man, we're going to go ahead and get these things into the smoker. And off she goes. We'll check back in about an hour and a half. All right, guys, so it's been about an hour and a half since we last put these oxtails on and checked on them. At this point, we're going to go ahead, take a look, and if need be, we're going to give them a spritz. And for a spritz today, guys, we got a combination of water, apple cider vinegar, and some good old Texas Pete. Well, let's take a look inside and see what they're looking like. And boy, oh boy. Look at that. We'll go ahead and give these a spritz. That looks absolutely amazing. All right, guys, we've been about 3.5 hours in on these oxtails at this point. We're about to go ahead and actually remove them. we're gonna create our braising liquid, and we're gonna do that right here on the Lone Star Grill. I'm gonna show you how we're gonna get into it, but let's take one last look at them before I throw them to this pot and put this liquid together. Yeah. So after 3.5 hours, got this beautiful, beautiful mahogany red color, and we got some. See this fat rendered nicely. Meat's still not all the way tender, but it's getting there. These little ones definitely are. You know, they good to go, but they are on their way to getting tender. So this is the point where we want to get them into that braising liquid, get them nice and just bite through and just succulent, tender. And now we're gonna do that right here on the Lone Star Grill. So I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna do. All right, guys, we got some cut up vegetables. We got one small yellow onion here. We got a bell pepper here. And then I'm going to put some heat on this. So I just got a jalapeno that is kind of split. And up here on this is one of the things that I just love about this Lone Star Grill, man. I got this pot sitting right here on this griddle. Inside, we got some olive oil. We letting that come up to heat. Hit them with that black pepper, a little bit of salt, and probably put a little garlic down in here. And at that point, we'll go ahead and saute that. Okay, after we get these vegetables nice and sauteed and where we want them, we're going to go ahead and add 4 cups of beef stock to these oxtails. And then I got a little bit of extra water right here just in case I need to dilute this a little bit. And in the event it's not enough liquid to cover these oxtails. So let's go ahead and get these things into the pot. At this point, we're going to add a little bit of black pepper. And a couple shakes of salt. And we'll just let these kind of soften up a little bit. Get all these flavors are released. And man, got that little pepper in there to give this some spice. It's not something I typically do if I'm making oxtails, but hey man, we're doing something new today, so we're gonna make it ours. Yeah man, we got that fire position right under this pot. Everything's nice and translucent. So we got a little bit of garlic in here. Just gonna let this get fragrant. At this point, we're gonna go down with this beef stock. And you know, you can cook this, you can boil it and then strain the vegetables. I'm not gonna do that today. I don't want my oxtail sticking to the bottom of the pot. Sometimes, you know, they're like, you know, that fat like to stick to the bottom of that pot. So I'm gonna let these vegetables be like a safety net, boy. So we're gonna come in here and grab these bad boys. I'm gonna just set him right there, and boy, oh boy, we're gonna get these things jumped into the pool. All right. Just look at one of these things, man. Just look how pretty that is. We're just gonna just hit them with a little water, and that's enough. You just want to kind of just slightly cover them. You don't want them, you know, drowning. You kind of right there is good, just enough to cover the top of it. All right, guys. So here we are, man. We just letting these things simmer, and eventually, I'm gonna have to take this and put it on the stove because I'm not gonna be burning no wood just to simmer some oxtails out on the Lone Star. But hey, man, this is a fun experience, and I'm gonna enjoy it while it lasts. So at this point, man, hey, look, the only thing you gotta do, put that lid on it, let it simmer on medium low, and you wanna, you know, as it cook down, you definitely wanna be checking to make sure your oxtail's not sticking to the bottom of the pot. In addition to that, as this, you know, liquid reduces, you want to check for seasoning. Make sure you know, you got you enough salt or enough pepper or whatever it is that you want to add to this. All right, guys. So we got these oxtails pretty much done at this point. So when you're looking like this, guys, you can kind of see this meat falling off the bone by itself. That's how you know your oxtails are done. So that oxtail I know was done. You know, you could pull that off, but at this point, guys, you are done, man. Yes, sir. Good to go. All right, guys, we are back. We are back. I got my oxtail ready, man. I got my hot sauce. We about to go ahead and give this thing a shot. I'm gonna put this hot sauce on this thing. And just look how pretty and succulent this thing is. Hey, man, y'all seen it. If you enjoy a cut of meat, that's everything, man. I'm talking about packed full of flavor with those seasonings, the braising, the smoke. If you want something that's succulent, something that's tender and just absolutely will blow your palate out the water, man, give these oxtails a shot. I guarantee you, you will not be disappointed. And look at this bone. Ain't nothing on it, man. That's the way it should be. But hey, until next time, this is Big Ed of Grates Barbecue saying peace, love, and God bless. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.